Earlier this week, we had a guest on this program who sounded an alarm about what she called the dangers of Sharia or Muslim-friendly banking. We received a strong positive and negative response about that interview, and we wanted to hear another viewpoint. Joining us now from the Council for American-Islamic Relations is Hussam Ayloush, who also holds an MBA. Hussam, welcome to the program. And may I ask you, why do you, and many of the emailers who came at us, why do you object to Alison Taylor's appearance on this program?
The problem with the guest that you had, Stuart, is that she was playing on driving on the paranoia that exists in our country today to basically make very inaccurate statements and very generalizing statements against Islam to spread fear and promote fear and bigotry against Islam and the followers of that faith.
One thing that she mentioned was that, look, we're glad to have you on. We want to hear the other point of view, but I have to relate to you what Ms. Taylor said to us, which was that money that passes through a Sharia-friendly financial organization has to be cleansed. Some money, 2% I believe, has to be given, it's called zakat, and must be given to charity. And that 27 charitable organizations had been investigated for links to terror that had received this zakat money, and that 3 of them, Holy Land Foundation, Benevolence International, Global Relief, they'd been closed down because of links to terror. Now, was she inaccurate in saying that, or was she wrong to say it?
Well, she's very inaccurate on many levels. One is, this has nothing to do with the Islamic finance. This could be if I own my own business, if I work for any company, any Muslim is required to give 2.5% of their income or of their assets for charity, for the poor and the needy, whether I earn it through my job as a doctor or as an engineer or as a business owner. This has nothing to do. What she's doing, she's mixing apples and oranges. If someone is involved, an organization is involved in any criminal activity, they should be shut down, regardless if their income is through Islamic finance or non-Islamic finance. But I think what is more important, Stuart, is maybe to demystify this concept of Sharia and Sharia finance, or Sharia-based finance, if I may. Sharia is just the body of laws and the system of lawmaking that is based on Islamic teachings and Islamic laws, with the ultimate goal is to basically provide people with serve the well-being of human beings and society. Now, for the Islamic-based finance or Islamic finance is nothing short of regular finances that is consistent with the Islamic laws. There is nothing sinister about that, Stuart. It's basically the end goal of it is really to promote social responsibility and economic justice. For example,
but I think what has people worried, which is a source of concern, is that Sharia, this body of law, is coming into Western society, and it frequently contradicts the basic premise of Western society. And I think during the interview with Ms. Taylor, I gave the example that in Britain, the authorities have allowed spousal benefits for multiple wives if they were married under Sharia law. Now, that's bringing in the concept of multiple wives into Western society. And that's a threat to Western society and Western principles. I think that's where the concern comes from.
Well, we are a nation of laws, and basically, as Muslims also, we are required to respect the laws of the land wherever we live. So we, as American Muslims, who are also proud to be American and Muslim, we are required to respect the laws of the land. Now, if our religion requires me, for example, when it comes to dealing with business, to avoid interest and usury, as it's called in the Bible and the Quran, and not to invest in businesses that engage in gambling, pornography, alcohol, and anything that is harmful and detrimental to society, I have to abide by that, and that does not contradict our land. If anything, it provides more investment and investing opportunities for our investment companies.
Well, that was interesting.
As mainstream as you imagine.
But, you know, Ms. Taylor pointed that out, that under your system of law and ethics, you don't invest in alcohol, gambling, prostitution, pornography. Understood. But who decides what is pornography? Because, you know, you can have an awfully broad definition, and within Islam, I think it would be considered pornographic to show a woman's leg or her hair on occasion.
I think there is no debate what pornography is. That's very clear for most Muslims, and I think for most people. But even for the sake of argument, if there is a debate, there is nothing wrong in our capitalistic society, which is driven by the free market of supplies and demand. There is nothing wrong in people choosing where to invest. This has happened for decades. You know, the Islamic-based finance is nothing new. There's faith-based finance for decades in America. Actually, the Islamic part of it is a small fraction of the overall market and segment of the faith-based market. There are investment mutual funds investments and credit unions that cater and tailor, they are tailored to Jews, Catholics, evangelicals, Mennonites, and many others. Muslims are not new in it. I think what we face today is a high degree of ridiculous paranoia that attempts to link anything Islamic with terrorism. And I think we have to grow up, we have to mature as a nation and realize this is a great investment, actually a great opportunity for economics for us today.
Okay.
You look at some of the most mainstream businesses, such Citibank, Dutch Bank,
yep,
that are investing in this, what's estimated to be over $500 billion market.
Okay, look, Hussam, Ayloush, we really want to thank you very much for appearing on our program today. We like to take both sides of the issue, and you presented yours very well. We appreciate you being here, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Stuart.